Well, tonight, Louisiana's troubled youth prison system is at full capacity.
It's a story that we first broke today. The chief judge at New Orleans Juvenile Court warns it's so bad that some arrested young people may have to be released, even if they present a danger to the community. And Paul Murphy's joining us in the studio tonight with that story. Paul?
Okay, Charisse, this is just the latest problem involving the state's Office of Juvenile Justice. Earlier this year, there were a series of escapes from the Bridge City Center for Youth due to OJJ's inability to properly secure violent offenders there. Now, with no secure beds available in the OJJ system, the office is asking judges to let some young people out of jail on parole. Orleans Juvenile Court judges told members of the City Council Budget Committee they received a letter from the Louisiana Office of Juvenile Justice on Monday. It said the state's youth prisons are at full bed capacity and won't be able to accept any more teen offenders.
Any child that we put into detention will remain in the Juvenile Justice Intervention Center until OJJ picks them up. And what that letter indicates is that they're not going to pick them up.
Chief Judge Ranord Darensburg warned JJIC, the juvenile jail in New Orleans, will soon exceed its 56 youth capacity.
What we're faced with is a situation where we're going to either have youth that have to be released into the community that where we believe should be detained, or we're going to have a situation where we'll have overcrowding in the Juvenile Justice Intervention Center.
Under questioning from Budget Chair Joe Giarrusso, the judges expressed frustration with the situation they admit potentially threatens public safety.
It's sending a message, number one, to the children that may commit certain delinquent acts that there is no place to send them.
According to the OJJ letter, a massive riot at a secure care youth prison near Monroe destroyed a dormitory for dozens of juvenile offenders, and that's partly to blame for the shortage of beds. Senator Pat Connick from Marrero is calling on lawmakers and the governor's office to fix the problem as soon as possible.
We got to fund the front end programs that will keep the juveniles out of jail and make sure we have the jails that are able to are safe and secure for the prisoners, for the juveniles, and for the staff.
Connick also says OJJ's jail shortage will likely delay the eventual closure of the troubled Bridge City Center for Youth on the west bank of Jefferson Parish. Back at the City Council meeting, Judge Candace Bates Anderson asked for emergency funding to help pay for programs that provide alternatives to youth incarceration.
One of the maybe emergency fixes that the council could look at the possibility is immediate funding for an electronic monitoring system, which means that if a child has to be released into the community that we feel is a threat and we are concerned about that, we at least have the opportunity to monitor.
The group Families and Friends of Louisiana's Incarcerated Children says they're cautiously optimistic that leaders will now take a new approach. Executive Director Gina Womack said it is way past time to stop the flow of black and brown children into the dehumanizing and damaging system and to send kids home, the majority of whom are in prison for non-violent offenses.